the match after what seemed like the longest pause of this century, but nothing compared to what happened in the Season 2 World Finals, and we are going right back into the action as we see Morning and Dinter up in the top lane now, putting pressure onto Posh Cup once again.
Yeah, that's right, and if you have just joined us, this is Team Infinite up against the Azubu Taipei Assassins. This is the GPL Week 2, Day 2, Game 2, and it seems that the teams are rather even at this moment.
Right. What I'm praying for right now is that there's no more disconnection, because it can be quite frustrating, and we do apologize to all you viewers out there patiently waiting. And right now actually we do see some good damage being put onto Morning there, and Insta now thinking of coming into the fray. But at the same time, Morning kind of sensed what is going on and decided to back off. So it does seem like Team Infinite will be able to take up this top turret. And at the same time, Archie and Jay putting some pressure down into the bottom lane. And kind of negating that pushing effect up in the top lane.
Yeah, as the top turret goes down, let's actually kind of take stock at what the teams are actually playing and what champions they have. We have in the mid lane Ari, Firefox playing Ari, and before that we may have an initiation coming in.
That's right, now Morning going in with the lag bounce, trying to get in onto Insta there, but he has kind of taken too much damage from there. So BB now dropping the bomb onto Team Infinite up in the top lane. Now Dinter going in onto Posh Cup there, but the Wind Slice is not going to be able to take out anyone just of yet. And Jay now using the oracles to kind of deny vision away from Infinite in that exchange. And now Archie one-on-one against Su, and wow, with that one, that one swipe, putting in so much damage onto him, and at the same time Su putting in with the exchange of hooks, quite even across the board. And now Insta up in the top lane, Assault and Battery onto Jay there, but at the same time his teammates not able to follow up. Now Dinter in some form of trouble, having to get out of there. Is he going to be able to move out of the way with the broken wings? So it does seem like he will be able to get out of there. But now Taipei Assassins wanting to go in for the counter initiation. Will they be able to get there? Now Jay with the fear. Does look like Posh Cup will go on the exchange. Now BB on a rampage. And what good, counter initiation that was.
Yeah, it's a great satchel charge coming on for BB, being able to actually knock back Posh Cup. And look at Archie dueling with Su here, the sustain, the barrier being popped, very close, Archie picking up the kill, and Firefox coming in with the Spirit Rush to pick up Archie.
And that was some pure outplaying action down in the mid lane as well. You have to remember, Archie just juked out of the way with that ultimate coming in from Su, and once again using the flash to dodge out of Firefox's charm, and eventually going down 1-1. So not a bad trade overall.
Yeah, that's right. And for once again, I just repeat, we just came up from a very long pause, and if you have just joined us, this is the Garena Premier League, Southeast Asia's professional League of Legends league basically, and we have Team Infinite up against the Azubu Taipei Assassins.
That's right, and both teams still relatively equal in round, but Taipei Assassins now slowly pulling their advantage after what, like you were mentioning earlier, what seemed like an eternity of a pause. And now coming into 20 minutes into this game, but still quite even, 1.4k apart for both teams.
Yeah, I really like the pick composition coming in from Team Infinite. They haven't really used it to the fullest of their advantage, and that's just, like I said, how will these two team comps actually collide with each other?
And now Insta actually wanted to jump in onto Morning there, but Firefox now being ready and available to follow up, but it does look like Insta was caught too deep into the enemy fray, and he went down in the process. So now TPA is slowly gaining the advantage in this match. And now Dinter kind of in a dangerous position. The death sentence now left to him, but the charm didn't really just quite follow up.
Yeah, that was a pretty pinpoint charm if you ask me, but well, I mean, Firefox, professional players still do make mistakes, and Archie dealing up here with Posh Cup popping his dominance, and Archie forced to run away from after burning that ultimate.
Right, and now we do see Taipei Assassins with that rotation into Dragon Pit, so one more objective down for them, so slowly stretching their goal lead to $2,500. and you know, having all this.
I wish I had $2,500 too.
I'm sorry, it's 2.5 thousand gold. I don't know why I said dollars.
Yeah, I think I know why, but I'm not gonna say on stream. But
so Taipei Assassins coming out, slowly stretching their goal lead, and this is kind of what they need in order to fight off against a pick composition, because you don't want to go up against an opponent with overly farmed, you know, having items advantage already, because you're just gonna melt down in their skill rotation process.
And look at the pick comp trying to get in and try to catch Archie out, but the Cougar form coming in with the lead, the pounce allowing Archie to actually escape from that 3-man gang. It's a really scary roaming gang squad when you have Vi and Trash just walking up to you. I mean, the assault and battery into the death sentence, and if need be, the box can just really lock you down.
Right, the box. And in the meantime, we do have Firefox taking down that mid turret as well, so kind of trying to stop that leading wound and let them, you know, kind of crawl back into the game. But it's still anybody's game as of now, even though Team Infinite has a 5-kill deficit, if you want to call it that way, and having that 1 turret down for them as well.
Yeah, and Porsche Cup actually backing off over there, managing to pick up the Ravenous Hydra. So that's going to give Renekton even more pushing power coming into the middle stages of the game.
Right, Dinter as well having his own Ravenous Hydra, and now Insta going in with the assault and battery, and what a good flash from BB, just just leaving it over the wall, and now Firefox in some trouble. Now Firefox taking all this damage from BB, but eventually managing to survive. And up in the top lane, we do have Warning with the combined efforts of Dinter taking out Posh Cup in the meantime. And it does look like it's going to be Azubu Taipei Assassins free reign to put all this damage onto the top lane turret.
That's right, and Insta actually being caught out by Jay on the fear, as well as the satchel charge, knocking him back and using the Vault Breaker just to barely dodge that bouncing bomb.
Right, and in the meantime, Warning took out the top inner turret as well, and now Insta in some trouble, and with the Crow Storm just locking and moving into place. Now BB is unstoppable with all this assist coming in from his teammates, and it does look like they will be taking out another inner turret as well. So all this action coming in within this 2 minutes, and once again a flash here coming in from Jay. It does look like BB wanted to go in and knock Firefox back, but at the same time he recognizes that, you know, his teammates are quite low, so he didn't want to risk too much and decided to back off from there. So they are happy with this exchange.
Yeah, it seems that slowly but surely the Zoo Taipei Assassins coming back from the pause, wanting to secure that snowball and actually get themselves that immense goal lead, trying to win out this game. And we have them taking out the middle tier 1 turret, the middle tier 2 turret, and now we have Archie split pushing in the bottom, taking out the tier 2 inner turret as well.
Right, you know, just 1 minute ago we were saying, you know, the goal difference.
The game was even.
Yeah, it was quite even, but right now this Taipei Assassin just proving me wrong, doing it assassin style, going in quick and swift and taking out all these objectives all so quickly. So it does look like Team Infinite is kind of in a pinch, so they have to quickly come back into this and make full use of their pick competition, like what you were saying earlier.
Yeah, they haven't really been able to get any wards in the jungle, and this kind of prevents Team Infinite from actually playing their composition to the fullest potential, because a pick composition, especially in this current meta, will thrive on the amount of wards that you can get, the amount of vision you can control in the jungle, in the areas in which you want to create the picks. And with the oracles like we are seeing now on Xerus, it allows you to clear out the vision and prevent the Azubu Taipei Assassins from actually getting any sort of information about the picks.
Right, but that's the other thing that you have to kind of think about, is that if you have a pick composition and you know that the opposing player is kind of just dewarding by himself, you want to go in, grab that opportunity, just pick someone right off the bat, and then, you know, start to snowball that back from that. And that's the strength of a pick composition, which is to punish rotations. But right now at this point of time, Team Infinite not making full use of that strategy per se, but they're just going in, you know, for this 5v5, grouping up together and kind of playing into Azubu Taipei Assassin's hand, like what we are seeing now. BB now popping that ultimate, putting on some good damage, and having Morning to follow up on that. Let's Bounce get popped. Xerus now in the enemy territory way too far in. Now Jay picks that up for himself. Now Dinter going in onto Posh Cup there. Slingshots get used, and Morning out with the relentless chase, and Dinter that one auto attack securing that for himself. And Archie now pouncing onto Su here with the Day of the Ring King, but Inter rushing to his rescue there. Assault and battery gets used now. Su, is he gonna be able to pick up that kill onto Archie? That he definitely, yes he does, and that's quite a comeback from him in this bottom lane.
Yeah, that consolation kill can't be really called much of a comeback because the Azubu Taipei Assassins taking the commanding lead, especially in that engagement in the mid lane.
Right, and now Su once again taking a ton of damage from BB. Now with the
whoa, look at
Leandri's tournament that's
bouncing bomb.
Did I say Leandri's tournament? No, Leandri's tournament. Yeah.
If Leandri's actually made a tournament, it's gonna be a lot of damage over time kind of thing going on.
Who can burn the most damage over time? Yeah, and now
winner gets the mask.
You get the mask? I kind of want the Leandri's tournament mask. I don't know, it looks kind of cool. Even though it's kind of bleeding on one eye.
Are you gonna bleed on one eye?
No, okay, sorry. I'm sorry I said that. No, I don't want to bleed on one eye. So Leandri's tournament being completed by BB. So all this extra damage over time, like you were saying, it's putting on so much hurt onto Team Infinite here.
Well, what Team Infinite needs to do at this point of time is get that vision control back. Look at the amount of wards on the map right now for the side of the Azubu Taipei Assassins. They need to use the pick comp to their advantage. They are trying to like kind of mill in and just see whatever tiny advantages they can get. They were hoping to get Dragon and brute force a 5-man Dragon and try to, you know, get some global objectives and get the goal back in their favor. But of course, we have the Azubu Taipei Assassins just soloing Dragon easily and just, you know, getting another global objectives from themselves and snowballing the goal lead ahead.
Right, and all this comes with the vision control that the Taipei Assassin has. Just look at the amount of deep wards they have, and they do manage to spot out just different members of Team Infinite as well in their own jungle. So all this vision control is just playing also well for them, and Dinter actually wanting to go in, and Morning once again going in with this slingshot. Now Insta gets bursted down also immediately. Dinter and everyone just following up onto that. Posh Cup being taken also low, and Morning, is he gonna go in with the slingshot? No, he decides to back off from there. So they are happy with that one kill that they had. So Taipei Assassin is playing Team Infinite in their own game, picking them off in their own jungle.
That's right, and look at the amount of vision they Team Infinite actually had in their jungle during that engage, and they still got caught out by the fear from Fiddlesticks, and you know that just kind of played into that pick, allowing them to take down Insta. And look at the amount of damage BB is putting out on Zerus, chunking him down and, you know, forcing him to back. And it seems that Azubu Taipei Assassins might be considering considering taking the Baron right now.
Right. We do have the purple Morning going up to the purple Baron.
Purple Morning and purple Baron. What about the purple surprise party build?
And the purple,
I don't know.
Yeah, you know, we're saying that all their members kind of look green, but they do look like they are quite purple. And now Insta getting caught out of position, and
what was he doing there?
He wanted to check the position for Baron and where Taipei Assassins were headed to. Well, he did find them. But
yeah, he also found his death bit right there.
And now Archie, and this is what we were talking about earlier, all the split push potential coming in from Archie, just buying time for his teammates, making sure that Team can't react firsthand to this. And now Zerus with that flash death sentence landing onto Jay, and this is the fight that they are looking for with the pick. But BB now so far ahead with all this burst damage coming in, double kill for him already. Now Firefox, even though he managed to pop that passive on onto Morning there, but eventually having to pay for it with his life.
Yeah, that charm is so essential on Ahri now, especially in this current patch of the 3.13 patch. If you don't land that charm, you do not deal as much damage as you would deal in the past. And because that charm actually increases the amount of magic damage coming out from Ahri itself. So Firefox hasn't been landing any of the charms so far that I've seen.
Probably an oversight on his sense, and Firefox, maybe because as well, not having that full early game start that he really wanted. And at this point of time, when you are so far back, what is going to be your mentality coming into this? game.
Yeah, as you were talking about it, the mentality of Team Infinite is the morale is definitely going to be low. They need to just calm down, use the pick comp to their advantage, because a pick comp still can work if you are able to burst down a single target by picking him off in the jungle and the rotations.
I know what's the problem now. He's not using the Firefox RE. That's the root of the problem.
The root of the problem?
Yeah, the root of the problem.
Would you say it will be solved if he used the Popstar RE? If it was solved?
Let's not come back to that. And now we do see Taipei Assassin, you know, just landing on hits after hits onto Baron once again. But this time around, Team Infinite ready to fall up onto the SVC. The death sentence now. Jay melting immediately onto that one. Morning bouncing all around. Now Poshka taking a ton of damage from the burn damage from the landing combos of BB. But at the same time, Su putting on some good damage as well. Firefox now finally joining the fray. Is he going to be able to pick up BB from there on? Yes, he does. So overall, it's going to be a 2 for 3 exchange. But at the same time, what do we have? We do have Archie split pushing by himself down at the bottom lane. It does look like Infinite is not going to be able to stop that one. And at the same time, Morning jumping right back into the fray. He does go down in the process, but at the same time, he picked up 2 kills for himself.
Yeah, and look at Archie. He's still continuing to push down onto the Nexus turrets, taking one already down to half health. And now he just is willingly just backs off and, you know, say, I've done my job. I've taken the bottom inhibitor turret as well as the inhibitor, and you know, you guys didn't get the Baron, but overall,
it's K. I got this.
It's K. Worth.
I got this.
Hashtag worth.
Hashtag worth. And now Archie gonna go back to base. Probably gonna, you know, buy some more items. Just gonna bulk himself up into an even scarier split pusher than he already is. And you know, having all this Cougar action across the board just, you know, kind of just shows how strong Nidalee is still in the current patch.
Yeah, and I don't think it's just the fact that the Bruiser Nidalee is strong. It's also, you know, kind of playing into the hands of the Trinity Force as well, giving so much additional attack damage every time you actually use a spell.
Right, so it just goes to show how much control Archie has at this point of time. You know, understanding that champion, and I think that's the most important thing when you play a split pusher like that. And you know, the mentality might be quite scary for some of the players when they want to go for a split push strategy, that you are definitely alone. So what do you do when 5 members of the opposing team come charging towards you?
What do? You turn into a Cougar and run away.
Start pouncing and running away, and that's exactly what he has been doing. And right now with this, you know, minion wave pushing down at the bottom lane, so Taipei Assassins have the advantage if they want to once again go for the Baron.
Yeah, it seems that they are not willing to start the Baron, but they definitely do want to make a bait. And let's just see whether Team Infinite actually picks up on that, you know, eats the bait. And if they do, the Assassins will win hook, line, and sinker.
Alright, then this is what we were talking about. A good slingshot just locked into place now. Poshka actually doing some good work, just zoning out Dinter and Archie as well, but at the same time Morning doing some good work on the back lines. But at the same time, Archie, with all this items being completed on him already, is Poshka actually going to pick up? Yes, he does pick up 1 kill for himself. And the entire squad of Taipei Assassin quite low, but at the same time, they do manage to wipe out most of the members of Team Infinite there.
And looks like Archie is actually thirsting for blood. And will that javelin hit? No, it doesn't. And it seems that the Nexus turret got taken down by the minions.
That's right, so doing the job for their owners in this bottom lane. And now Dinter still not giving up, still going at it. And now Archie putting all this pressure onto Su here.
Will this javelin hit? Is he gonna throw javelin? Let's see. The javelin hits.
Oh, but
okay, it's not a AB Nidalee.
It's not.
I kind of hyped up that javelin a bit too much there.
Yep. But nevertheless, at the same time, Dinter managed to pick up this top inhibitor turret. So once again, one more turret exposed, and means it does mean one more, you know, opportunity for them to push in and close out the game.
Yeah. So it's surprising that Azubu, the Taipei Assassins, is still constantly trying to go for the Baron, because at this point of time, I don't think they
No, they are baiting it. You have to understand. They did have that. They do have all these advantage, but you know, they just want to go in for those baits and probably go in for a clean finish and then finish up the game from there.
I don't know. I think that split push strategy is working out for them so far. So, you know, let's just see what they do. Seems that they are ready to bait the Baron once more. And the entire team of Team Infinite is actually, whoa, look at that. Hextech Inferno Bomb. Does that steal the blue buff? Yes, it does. BB gets the blue buff using his ultimate.
That's right. So Infinite once again, one more objective being robbed away from them. And will they take the bait once again? I do not know. And Posh Cup lying around at the side, but Taipei Assassins full map zone vision control of it. And it does look like Taipei Assassins want to turn in on them, and now Firefox actually with the charm landing, and Insta has to run out for his life, actually at half health, going in with the assault and battery, but at a really low health. Not too sure what he was thinking, but Posh Cup getting melted down by the entire squad of Taipei Assassins now, having to back up, and Dinter jumping onto Su, but Su actually has some good damage items completed. He might be able to turn in on this one, and now BB just using all this vision control to make sure that they have nowhere to run. Double kill for him.
Yeah.
It does look like Zeros is the remaining member. Will Dinter finish up the job?
I believe he will finish up the job.
Right. Still chasing.
And while this chase is happening, the entire team of Azubu of the Assassins is actually milling down the mid lane, taking out the second inhibitor of the game. They may just go to Nexus and just end the game. After that long and extreme pause, we finally have the end of the game.
And you know, that pause just kind of, you know, softened them out. They probably got their sandwich.
They probably got their sandwich. I didn't get my sandwich though. I'm not very happy about that.
Once again, one more kill for BB there, and another ace for them, and that was the game.